Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. I'm at the beach today. Today is Earth Day, and I'm joined in this collaboration by some fantastic artists. I want to thank you very much for collaborating with me to celebrate this very important day. One of my nicknames is Nature Nate, so I am all about Mother Earth and all of the nature that it can provide. I live in Costa Rica, and you can see, I'm sure, why I chose the theme of vitamin C. Even though Costa Rica is not an island, we are bordered on two sides by the ocean, so it's possible to drive or have your toes in the Pacific in the morning and your feet in the Caribbean in the afternoon. And it's beautiful, and we should always think of or pay attention to the ways that we can protect our oceans. But it's not just about the beauty, it's also a matter of life and death for the human species. And even economically, there are 40 million people globally who are employed by the fisheries industries. And the fisheries industry, I was looking up on Google, is worth an estimated $400 billion a year. That's a lot of tacos, fish tacos. There are so many ecosystems, micro ecosystems that are attached to the oceans, like the mangroves. The mangroves are important breeding grounds for the type of fish that we eat. About 60% of the fish that we eat breed in the mangrove systems, and they're a very delicate ecosystem. So again, thank you very much for celebrating Earth Day with us in this artistic little endeavor. And it is all about fun and art, but it also is important to draw attention to important topics. So thank you again for joining us, and enjoy this video. Hello everyone. So tonight I'm doing a straight pour with very thin consistency paints. I'm using some really fun colors. Let me go ahead and show you those. So I have some leftover paints that I've combined into this one luscious color. So this is a mix of golden phthalo blue, some greens, golden phthalo turquoise, some various greens and blues and yellows. There's a little metallic tint to it. I think there's actually some copper or some gold in there as well. But you can see it's a very thin consistency. It leaves a bit of a mound that disappears very quickly. So that is the base coat. And the colors that I'm using with it are Deco Art Extreme Sheen Sterling Silver. It's a very light, almost white metallic color. For some contrast and depth, I'm using Deco Art Extreme Sheen Pewter. Just slightly thicker, these metallics just slightly thicker than my base coat. And then this is Deco Art Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold. Again, thin consistency, leaves a bit of a mound, maybe a little bit thicker than my base coat on purpose. So those are my colors. I'm very excited to get started with that. I have gone ahead, even though this turquoise color is going to be opaque, I have gone ahead and put some straight turquoise paint right out of the tube onto the canvas, just to ensure that with these thin consistency paints, when it rolls over the edges on the sides, the white canvas doesn't show through. So I shouldn't have to touch up the sides or the edges at all. So let's just go ahead and spread this out. What a deep, dark, and delicious color. Wow, I love it. My idea here is to create kind of an under the sea look for Earth Days, for my collaboration with several amazing artists. So I'm using this turquoise as the base, and then the silver and the gold and the pewter to create some cells when I do the straight pour. Hopefully it looks like little bubbles coming up from the deep. But I don't think this color scheme, I don't think you could go wrong with it. So I'm not going to worry about getting over the edges because there's going to be plenty of paint here. Just want to make sure I have a good base down for my pour to slide around on. I'm going to reserve a little bit of this for the side. So, just make sure you can see this cup. You cannot. Okay. So let's move this forward for now, and I'll move it back. You see the cup now? Yeah, good. So I have several ounces there in the cup left over, probably about 2 ounces of paint. So I'm going to add first some silver. I'm going to dirty layer this, which means that instead of layering the colors gently on top of each other and stacking them, I'm going to pour from up high so that the weight, the gravity takes this paint and pierces the top layer and then kind of churns into the base coat color. I'm trying to get them to interact as much as possible. So we'll start with the silver. We'll come right up top, pour about half of that in. Next I'm going to go with the gold, and again starting way up top, turn that around, and then the pewter. And I think more of the silver. The gecko agrees. Actually, I'm going to put more of this pewter also. I love this pewter color. There we go. And then we take our reserved base color and then we gently cover everything that we just poured in. We're not trying to get this part to churn, we're trying to cover all of the other colors. It gives all of those metallics something to rise through when I'm pouring it out. Okay, very good. Now let's move this back. Make sure we're still on camera. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Move this light off to the side a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pour right in the center and I'm going to move it around in a circular motion. So hopefully it kind of creates some texture in the pour. But we're going to do a straight pour starting right here. Again, I'm pouring from up high because I want those metallics to churn a bit into the turquoise. And we'll do a bit of a ring pour in the center.
You can call me stupid, yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy, you can say I'm weak. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble deep. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble deep.
Okay, wow, some really great cells coming up and through here. I see some more air bubbles. We're going to pop that first. So that's as patient as I can get. I went and made myself a fresh cocktail. I gave my cat Starbuck his midnight snack, and now I think I have to tilt. I'm loving the rings. That turned out really well. And some great cells are popping up here in the center. Now the silver has kind of created a film rather than doing cells. Hopefully some more pops up as I tilt. So let's get started with that. So let's find the weight of our paint here. These thinner consistency paints need to be tilted very, very slowly. So again, patience is key. You don't want to just sling this paint from side to side. You'll ruin all of the composition that way. There is no competition in art. So I'm not trying to go over the edges here. Even if I meet the edge, that's fine. Really at the moment, I'm stretching these lines out as much as possible and getting that paint to a thin layer all the way around to give the opportunity for more cells to pop up before I start tilting for composition. Wow, this turquoise color is gorgeous. I love it. I'll never be able to duplicate it though. This is just a bunch of leftovers mixed together. So my gold must have been the heaviest because it sank right to the bottom. So we're gonna go, and ended up in the center. We're gonna go off this corner up front. And then we'll pull it back. And then we're going to go up to this one here in the front, this other corner in the front. Catch that corner and come out. There we go. We bring it back to the center. Ooh, those cells there in the center are really opening up beautifully. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's switch that around. We're going to come down this way and catch that corner. There we go. just a hair more. Let's just look at this. Let's give this another torch. Absolutely love these lines over here. So beautiful. This whole center area is gorgeous. Not as much definition on this side, so I would like to stretch this out a little more and bring the whole composition this direction till I get about here with this, and then I'll bring it back again. And that should open everything up. I've got lots of paint here, so I can still move things around without losing too much paint or overstretching. So we're going to come down, we're going to walk it down this direction kind of slowly and lose some of the paint there. I don't necessarily want to lose the paint in the corners. I want to lose the paint here in the center. Oof, I'm already there. Okay. Wow. Bring that back just a little bit. Yep. That's it. Just like that. Wow. I can't wait to show you this. Ooh, I actually like this orientation better. Except I want to bring this down a little more this way. Yep. There we go. Okay, here's the overhead view. Really, really loving this. This looks like vitamin C to me. Definitely ocean inspired. Maybe this is the throne of Atlantis or Poseidon or something like that. I love the depth of that spiral coming into the center there. Really, really lovely. Okay, so let's come in. We'll start off right in the center. Bring you in here. Lots and lots of shimmer. Look at those tiny little faint little lines coming through there. Lovely. These big boulder cells with kind of lines going through them. They're beautiful. I'm really glad I poured in a circular motion rather than just a straight pour. I did more of a straight ring pour. I gave it some layers and depth that I wouldn't have gotten just as a straight pour. But there are cells kind of everywhere here. There's almost a lavender color coming through. I wonder if there was some violet mixed in with that turquoise. But look at that. That line right there comes from right here, comes up and around, almost catches the edge and then comes back again. Oh, I love that line. So pretty. I'm glad I didn't go over the edge. I'm glad I stopped it there. I normally don't like when lines change direction right when they get to the edge of the canvas, but actually in this case, I think that's beautiful. It looks really, really nice. It adds an interesting motion in that section. Beautiful, beautiful cells everywhere. I think this is going to dry gorgeous. The turquoise will end up being a little bit darker than it is now, which will just make all of those metallics shine even more. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed. It was a lot of fun for me to do. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and leave me a comment before you go, and come back and see me sometime. Good morning, everyone. So it's a beautiful morning. All the birds are singing, and I think it's got some great light, so I'm going to show you the dry results of my Earth Day collaboration pour. Give me just a second, I'll turn this around and let you see the dry results. So here we are out in the garden, out here in the sunlight. I hope that's not too reflective, but I'm really happy with these results. That turquoise and the ripple lines really make it look like something under the sea. And I think that the shape, the composition of the gold cells looks like a seat, so I am going to call it the throne of Atlantis. So I'll take you in closer so you can see some of the pretty details. I think this dried beautifully. The turquoise is a little darker, but that pewter, I can really see the pewter almost as like a blue lavender color in there. It provides some really great depth. And those gold cells are just beautiful. I wonder if I can move it around just a little bit so you can see the reflection. Oh yeah, there we go. The play of light on that is great. I'm really happy with the composition and the colors and all of that. So I believe there is one more person left after me in the premiere train. So please stick around and for GinaDeLuca's video coming up next.